Hello and welcome to Inside Science. Let's start with the first issue, that is Bharat Bond ETF. So before going to this issue, we'll discuss something. Suppose investor A is there and investor B is there and investor C is there. Suppose these three investors try to create a fund, that is a pool of fund, and after that they divided this fund into small units and try to invest in secondary market, and this investment or fund is called as exchange traded fund or ETF. Let's go in details about the issue. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by Prime Minister of India, has approved the government's plan to create and launch India's first corporate bond exchange traded fund, that is Bharat Bond ETF. It is also known as Bharat Bond ETF. The fund will provide additional source of money for central public sector undertaking, that is CPSUs, central public sector enterprises, CPSEs, central public financial institutions, CPFIs, and other government organizations to meet their borrowing requirements apart from bank financing. This exchange traded fund is an basket of securities, that is bond, equity, foreign currency, that trade on exchange just like a share. So it can be a bond, it can be equity or foreign currency, always remember it. So this ETF reflects the composition of an index like BAC Sensex. Its trading value is based on net asset value, that is NAV, of the underlying stocks such as shares that it represents. Both mutual fund and ETF are pooled assets. Buying and selling the mutual fund means transacting directly with the fund. ETF traded just like shares. ETF share prices fluctuate all day as it is bought and sold. This is different from mutual funds that only trade once a day after the market closes. So this is the main difference of that. Mutual fund managed by fund manager, and whereas ETF managed by investor himself. Bond ETFs are type of ETFs which may include government bonds, corporate bonds, and state and local bonds called municipal bonds. Remember, a bond is an instrument that represents a loan made by an investor to a borrower. The unit size should be minimum 1000 rupees so that the common middle class can invest in it. What are the advantages? Benefits to investors: safety, liquidity, easy and low access to bond market. Benefit to CPSEs: additional source of funding, large investor base, low cost of borrowing. And what are the overall impact? Deepening in bond markets, enhancing retail participation, reducing borrowing costs, so that investment can be a boost. So this bond for funds we'll discuss in brief. ETF to comprise basket of bonds issued by central public sector enterprises, other government entities. Fund to constitute AAA rated bonds initially, price to be kept at 1000 rupees per unit to attract retail investors, already we have discussed. Each ETF to have fixed maturity date, initially to be issued in two series of 3 years and 10 years. On issuer side, bonds ETF expected to offer central public sector enterprises, other government organizations, additional source to meet borrowing requirements. Let's discuss the next issue, that is Global Climate Risk Index. This international environment think tank, Germanwatch, releases this Global Climate Risk Index. Remember, Germanwatch is located in Bonn, Germany. The index analyzes the extent to which countries and regions have been affected by the impacts of weather-related loss events just like storms, floods, heat waves, etc. What are the indicators of this Global Climate Risk Index? Number of deaths per 1 lakh inhabitants, economic cost in PPP terms, economic cost per unit of GDP, worst affected in 2018, that is Japan, Philippines and Germany. Remember this. This worst affected between 1999 to 2018, and long-term index has been released, and it was in Puerto Rico, Myanmar, and Haiti. Deaths and financial loss between 1999 to 2018. Altogether, about 5 lakh people died as a direct result of more than 12,000 extreme weather events globally. Losses amounted to around $3.54 trillion in purchasing power parity. It is so high. Poor countries had to face much high impact. Heat waves were one major cause of damage in 2018. In comment box mention which regions of India are highly prone to heat waves. India. India, which suffered water shortages, crop failures, and worst flooding, holds the 5th position. It has fallen from its 14th rank countries hit most by climate change induced weather phenomena in 2017. India has also recorded the highest number of fatalities due to climate change and the second highest monetary losses from its impact in 2018. So the third issue is extra neutral alcohol, that is ENA. What is this? We will discuss. Alcohol manufacturers have written to Niti Aayog asking for a reduction in import duties so as they can import extra neutral alcohol from global markets cost effectively. Like ethanol, ENA is a byproduct of the sugar industry. Remember, it is very important, and is formed from molasses that are a residue of sugarcane processing. The ENA market in India stood at a volume of 2.9 billion liters since 2018. ENA is the primary raw material for making alcoholic beverages such as whiskey, vodka, etc. So, it serves as an essential ingredient in the manufacture of cosmetics and personal care products such as perfumes, toiletries, hairspray, etc. Given in the properties as a good solvent, it also finds industrial use and is utilized in the production of some lacquers, paints, and ink for the printing industry, as well as in the pharmaceutical products such as antiseptics, drugs, syrups, medicated sprays, etc. In 2016 mains, a question was asked. Let's read it. What are the reasons for poor acceptance of a cost-effective small processing unit? How the food processing unit will be helpful to uplift the socio-economic status of poor farmers. So as a dimension you can add this ENA. So the next issue is World Soil Day. And World Soil Day 5th December 2019, remember it. It is held annually on this day to highlight the importance of a healthy soil and to advocate for the sustainable management of soil resources. The theme for World Soil Day 2019 is Stop Soil Erosion, Save Our Future. Again, Stop Soil Erosion and Save Our Future. It was recommended by the International Union of Soil Sciences in 2002. Food and Agriculture Organization has supported the formal establishment of World Soil Day as a global awareness raising platform under the leadership of Kingdom of Thailand within the framework of Global Soil Partnership. 5th December 2014 was designated as the first official World Soil Day by the UN General Assembly. The date of 5th December was chosen because it corresponds with the official birthday of this HM King Bhumibol Adulyadej, the King of Thailand, who officially sanctioned the event. FAO gives 2 awards in line with this day: the King Bhumibol World Soil Day Award and the Glinka World Soil Prize, Soil Degradation in Field. In a prelim, they can ask this Bhumibol award is related to what? So there might be a confusion. So the next issue is Dr. BR Ambedkar 63 Mahaparinirvana Diwas. And this Diwas is observed every year on December 6 to commemorate death anniversary of BR Ambedkar. He is known as the father of Indian Constitution and was independent India's first law minister. 2 famous quotations are there you can use in mains, so let's read it out. Constitutional morality is not a nature sentiment. It has to be cultivated. We must realize that our people have yet to learn it. Democracy in India is only a top dressing on an Indian soil which is essentially undemocratic. The second quote is, I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. Such a great quote. You can use in anywhere, which is apt. So the Dr. BR Ambedkar was born on 14th April 1891 in Moho Central Province, that is in Madhya Pradesh. He founded Bahiskrit Hitkarni Sabha in 1923. He led the Mahad Satyagraha in March 1927 to challenge the regressive customs of the Hindus. He participated in all three roundtable conferences. It is very, very important. Roundtable conferences, let's have a brief on it. First roundtable conference, it was held in London in November 12, 1930, but the Congress did not participate in it. In March 1931, Mahatma Gandhi and Lord Irwin, that is the then Viceroy of India, entered into the pact called Gandhi-Irwin Pact, by which the Congress called off civil disobedience movement and agreed to participate in the round table conference. So guys, in comment box mention, during Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhi was in a jail. What is the name of the jail? Please mention in comment box. Second round table conference, it was held in London on 7th September 1931. Third roundtable conference, it was held in London on 17th November 1932 to consider the reports of various subcommittees appointed from time to time, and it ultimately led to passage of Government of India Act 1935. The Congress did not participate as most of the leaders were in jail. In 1932, he signed Pune Pact with Mahatma Gandhi, which abandoned the idea of separate electorates for the depressed classes, that is communal award. However, the seats reserved for the depressed classes were increased from 71 to 147 in provincial legislatures and to 18% of the total in the central legislature. In 1936, he was elected to the Bombay Legislative Assembly as a legislator, that is MLA. In 1947, Dr. Ambedkar accepted PM Nehru's invitation to become Minister-in-Law in the first cabinet of independent India. On August 29, 1947, he was appointed chairman of the drafting committee for the new constitution. He resigned from the cabinet in 1951 over differences on the Hindu Code Bill. Every point is important here for prelims point of view, please remember it. In 1956, he converted to Buddhism and he passed away on 6 December 1956. Chaitya Bhumi is a memorial to BR Ambedkar located in Dadar, Mumbai. Next issue is Navy Day. December 4 every year to commemorate Operation Trident. The Navy also organizes a beating retreat ceremony in Gateway of India in Mumbai on the eve of Navy Day. Operation Trident. It was a counter-attack by Indian Navy on the Karachi harbour during the Indo-Pakistan War in 1971. India used anti-ship missiles for the first time during the operation and destroyed the Pakistani destroyer ship PNS Khyber. The Indian Navy's three warships, that is INS Nipat, INS Nirghat and INS Bir, played an important role in the attack. So in comment box mention which INS of India is nuclear powered. The Indian Navy, and it is headed by the President of India as its Supreme Commander. Indian Navy's motto is Sangno Varunaha. That means that God of water, Varuna, should be auspicious unto us. Some of the earliest operations of the Indian Navy include its contribution in the liberating Goa from Portugal in 1961. The Navy has developed as an admirable force with the making of the nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, that is INS Arihant. That was asking, that is the answer is INS Arihant. It is nuclear-powered submarine and several other ships. Indian Navy currently has one aircraft carrier, the INS Vikramaditya, which was a former Russian ship that was commissioned in the service in 2013. It operates three classes of submarines, that is INS Chakra, INS Sindhu Ghosh and Shishumar. Marine Commandos or Marcos is the special force unit of the Indian Navy trained to conduct amphibious warfare, counter-terrorism, special reconnaissance, hostage rescue and asymmetric warfare. They are the first to respond to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. So guys, in comment box, What is the rank of India in naval power in world? So mention in comment box. So let's discuss the questions of prelims 2019. Consider the following pairs: one side movement or organization and other side leader. First is All India Anti-Untouchability League Mahatma Gandhi. It is a right option because Mahatma Gandhi in 1932 created this, and after that it was renamed to Harijan Sevak Sangh, that is HSS. So this is the answer. The second is All India Kisan Sabha, that is Swami Sahajananda Saraswati. It is the right answer. The third is Self-Respect Movement, that is E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. It is also right answer. So option is answer D. So let's move to the next question, which was asked in prelims 2019. With reference to Indian national movement, consider the following pairs: person and position are held. First option is Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru, that is President All India Liberal Federation. It is a right answer. Let's have a background. Around 1918, there was a strong conflict between moderates and extremists. So after that, the moderates tried to create their own organizations so that they can channelize their views. So one of the moderate was Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru, who was leading this All India Liberal Federation. The second option is K.C. Niyogi, member of the Constitutional Assembly. Already I put a tick mark, so it is the right answer. The third is P.C. Joshi, that is General Secretary, Communist Party of India. So it is also a right answer. So right answer is option D. So thank you guys. Have a nice day.